don't really talk about other YouTubers that often, unless it's, I try to keep it positive if it is. But if you can imagine which one I'm going to talk about now. Trisha Paytas is claiming she has DID, which she may or may not have, who knows. She's self-diagnosed, so take that for what you will. That doesn't mean someone does. It doesn't necessarily mean that someone doesn't have a condition. It's just, it doesn't mean it's obviously 100% for sure. Not even if you are diagnosed, because, you know, you can't be misdiagnosed. But it's not, like, as big of a possibility of it not being right, if that makes sense. Okay? Anyhow, so she's you know, claimed to be, like, trans and gay, I think, before, and fucking, I don't know what else. It's very offensive to a lot of different communities, and it's understandable, because, she's just trolling. And she's never made any differentiation between her brand and who she is as a person. So, like, it just all comes off as who she is, because it's all, like, the same behavior and types of videos, and yada, yada. Okay? Anyhow, what pisses me off the most at this, like, why I'm talking about this, and I didn't talk about the other things, is the fact that, like, okay, being gay or being trans isn't a choice. And, it's not, I can't imagine being trans would be fun to live with at all. I mean, having, you know, BID or, like dysmorphia, like, imagine living in a body that, like, you genuinely do not feel right, and, like, an alien in. Like, how fucking uncomfortable, oopsies, to say the least. It would be horrible, in my opinion, okay? Being gay, it's gotten better, like, from at least when I remember being, like, a kid in the 90s, and even in the fucking early 2000s, you know? But, you know, we're not all the way there yet, unfortunately. Anyhow, but, both those, you know, like, being gay, I just think it's just, you know, is what it is. Like, you are or you aren't. Just whatever. Being trans, it's more of a, you know, like, a mental disorder, like, their, like, psyche, their psychological stuff, you know, like, doesn't reflect, like their body doesn't reflect how they feel and think, and etc., if that makes sense, right? But the DID, its very existence, like, is born out of trauma, severe, repeated childhood abuse. So, to make a kind of mockery out of that, and then to target specific individuals, you know who I'm talking about. Oh man, it pisses me off so bad. Like, I gotta take a calm breather, because the fact that that system's protector wants to come out so bad, and like, Nen is giving a warning, says a lot to me. She knows it's not gonna be good for Trisha. And Jade strikes me, all of them do, strikes me as highly intelligent, articulate, passionate, and very, very protective. And yeah, so I get that, you know, to a degree. So yeah, how fucking dare you, Trisha? How seriously fucking dare you? Get some fucking class, some grace, some compassion, empathy, education. Nen and that whole system, they are so kind. loving, affectionate, giving. And you know, it's because they've known the worst man has to offer. And I don't only mean man as in a gender, but mankind, humankind. That, you know, some of the most evil, vile, disgusting things, conditions of some humans. So for her to be specifically targeted during this mockery, and then for Trisha to double down and say what she has, and for them to take this so... That woman, that system, they've got class. They've got class, Trisha. If you can't learn anything about DID from them, the least you can do is learn some damn class. Do you understand? I doubt it. And the last thing I just remembered that really fucking pisses me off. I just couldn't watch all her video. I started watching it and I was like, you know what, I'll react to this. But my phone, like, this app won't let me video record like while I watch a video, so you know, whatever. But I've watched like other channels on it, and apparently Trisha uses something that one of the most vulnerable parts of Dissociated's system had said during an interview. And okay, the fact that that part of her, that little of her, like the child in her, of her, came out during the interview says a lot. The fact that Jade, the protector, allowed her out, I don't know, and the fact that the whole system, especially Jade, allowed them to keep that in the interview goes beyond words. That speaks volumes. And for Trisha to use that to try to bolster her mockery of this horrible fucking, I don't know if I'd call it a condition or what, but you know, it's these people with this have already been traumatized. They've already been hurt past the point of just hurting like normal fucking people. Like, you know, when someone grieves or you grieve or someone, you hurt so much that you cry and you cry and you cry and then you can't cry anymore. Even, you know, that you feel the need to, like your body, your soul, your mind needs to cry, but there just aren't any more tears left. Fuck, where was I going with that? Damn it, Bobby. Like, that. God damn, I can't remember what I was saying. Alright, I had to review it, and I remember where I was going with that now. Okay. So, when you've hurt that fucking bad that you can't even cry anymore, but you remember that, you're there for it, right? You might even dissociate a little, like, you know, like phase out, haze out, like when your eyes don't focus on anything, you know, but that's not the same as being so maliciously, disgustingly, vilely violated, abused, physically, sexually, psychologically, fucking mentally, every form of abuse as a child. Anyone that shouldn't happen to, but especially as a child. Okay? That doesn't compare to that happening to a child, and a child out of their brain's instinct to survive, like our bodies and minds do in other situations where either we could die, like we're in a very precarious, dangerous situation, like say, like adrenaline, you know, like that's a type of natural bodily reaction to fucking, you know, crazy ass shit happening. You know, as a child, your brain, you just, you cease. You go under. You aren't there anymore. You tune it out so hard and make it all go away, make yourself go away so hard that you don't experience it anymore because you can't handle it. And the thing is, people usually don't, as far as I understand, God damn it, like, know they have DID because the system, the alters, are literally formed, they're created, they exist, just like you and I, but they exist for the purpose of protecting you, the host, from these horrific memories that you can't handle. Like, you wouldn't be able to cope with day-to-day, everyday fucking normal life, knowing what your alters know, remembering what they remember, experiencing what they did. And yeah, I've watched some Nin's videos, and some Kyle's, and some Nadia's. Like, I watched a lot of the Meet Me's and Chloe's before her and she and Nadia integrated. And you know, maybe I just feel protective over her because she's another woman, and I tend to feel that way towards other women, believe it or not. Maybe, you know, it's because she has a slight resemblance to my own biological sister. Maybe it's, who fucking knows, empathy, you know, just having a fucking heart. Maybe it's having gone through horrific childhood abuse myself. Which leads me, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but it leads me to my next point, which is, besides this pissing me off for Nen, which it fucking does so bad, and it just, she is so polite and classy, you know, grace, dignity, graceful, that she's not going to go off on her, you know, not in the way that, like, most people would, or think that they would, you know, and besides, she's trying to undo the stigma around this, not fuel the, you know, flame and give Trisha or anyone else in any material probably to twist or alter, or, you know what I mean, to gaslight everyone else with, which I totally understand that. But, you know, I am going to say something, you know, and I don't hardly have, you know, I love each and every one of you for subscribing and staying here. I also noticed that, like, I have like 191 now, which, thank you. Hope you stick around. Anyhow, fuck, where was I? You know, I have a very, like, I don't really have a platform, you know, like, I hope the right people see this. Like, I only hope that fucking, that Nen knows that there are people out here, and the whole system knows that there are so many people out here that have her in their backs. Like, we got you. Okay? We got you. We feel you. Not entirely, because that's impossible. But to a degree, to an extent, you know, even people who haven't been through childhood abuse, I would think, would at least have some human-to-human compassion, you know? And I really doubt Trisha will ever see this, but if you ever do, just please, will you stop for a second and just you can disagree with us all day long. I don't care, okay? But on whether, you know, you're being a troll or fake. I'm not saying you're faking it. I don't know. You might not be, you know. You could have, you know, with some kind of problems, which I, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, given all the videos you make. Either you're a troll or you do have some kind of fucking issues, because, like, most people do, though it gets you attention. So, I mean, whatever. I'm a psychologist, okay? Point is, if you ever see this, please just try to see it from someone else's point of view, okay? Try to look at it from dissociated's point of view. Try to look at it from your grandpa or your mom or your sister or your whoever's point of view, someone else's point of view. Try to think of it from, you know, a business owner's point of view, from your ex's point of view. Just try to look at it from other perspectives, with empathy and compassion. You know, look at it like someone else is saying these exact things about someone you love who has this exact thing, okay? You can fight back with, I had it, so why would I, blah, 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 all day. That's okay. If you have it, you have it, okay? Like, just stop playing into, like, stigmatized stereotypes of it, okay? Please stop. It doesn't help anyone. If you truly have it, why would you want to do that? I don't understand. Like, why would you want to set your own community that you're a part of back that far? Why would you want to alienate them? You know? If you truly have it, I'm speaking to each altar of yours, Trisha. Why would you want to do that? If it's a, you know, a persecutor, knock it the fuck off. I personally don't believe you, but I'm not saying I think that you're lying either, because I don't believe that either. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I have no idea. I'm not trained in this. It's something that I think, like, even, like, a normal psychologist should probably, like, refer someone to, like, a specialist for it, considering it's trauma-based, like, yeah, just, what you've been doing, what you've been doing, Trisha, just stop. You just stop, please. Just stop. Just fucking get help, Trisha Paytas. Stop being an ass.